Buddy, it is Aaron with Better Living Today, and I'm super excited to be here. I want to talk to you guys today about a book that has absolutely changed my life, and that is The Millionaire or The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T.Harv Eker. Super good book. We're just gonna dive right in, and here we go. All right, y'all. So let's just dive right on into it. So when I first listened to this book, it was on Audible. That's where I listen to most of my books is on Audible. I love Audible. Audible saves me a lot of time. It saves me from having to go to the library and kind of dig around through the indexes or dig around online to kind of see what I want to read. You know, a lot of times before I go to the library, I'd always kind of research what I'm after and then go see if they had. I just take a list with me. But with Audible, I don't have to do that anymore. Audible kind of gives me, I pay $14 a month for it. It really ain't bad, considering, the cost of a book is $20 and I can listen to it over and over and over again. So it really ain't a bad deal. And you can find good prices on books all day, guys. And books is the number one way to build your inner, to build who you are, what you're about. If you want to know how to be successful, there's no better way to know how to be successful than by following these people that have already paved the road. You can be a pioneer and you can go down the path less traveled, or you can look to kind of see these little mini highways that only those with the right map know how to get to. And that's what these guys are doing. They're laying down a map, and T.Harv Eker lays down a great foundation. This is one of the most inspirational books I've ever listened to, and I've read a lot. I love Robert Kiyosaki. He was my first. Me and my wife, we were struggling there for a while, and our son, he was sick, and I'm not going to go into the whole thing on that, but anyway, we were kind of down and out, and so we started watching YouTube on dumpster diving. We started dumpster diving, and one of the very first things I pulled out from a big bookstore, they had a damaged version of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I pulled that out along with Cash Flow Quadrant. It was just ripped up, and some of the pages weren't there, but I could look them up, or I kind of just figured it all out. And I since then bought actual copies of the book. I figured, why not support the man? But anyway. They're great. They're incredible. I mean, all these books, they're incredible. There's a lot of great authors out there that really have a lot of great stuff that's there for you. Donald Trump's book, it's really inspirational, and he didn't write it himself. He had somebody write it, but that's what businessmen do. They take their time very valuable, so they hire people to take their place that are willing to trade their time for money, because that is the greatest asset of all, guys, is your time. And that is what you need to save the most of. That is what you need to value the most. That is what's worth it to you, is your time. I made big life decisions recently based on my time, because I was trading my time for money. I was trading my time for hours. And, you hit a certain point to where it's like, okay, I've hit the max and I'm dog tired, and I never get to see my kids, and I never get to see my house even. What do I do? So sometimes you got to make those decisions. And now I get paid based off of my results, based off of my hustle, based off of what I feel like doing. And it's tricky. You can't be in a work mindset and think that you're gonna start up a business, or you're gonna start up something and work it, because it doesn't work like that. You have to work nonstop. Let me tell you guys, I'm exhausted. I've never worked this much in my life than what I'm working now, but it's all worth it. And I've spent a lot of valuable time with my family. I've spent a lot of valuable time, talking on the phone to people. It's incredible how you can take advantage of that. But anyway, kind of went off on my own little tangent. I'm going to talk about this book now. So it's all about Think Rich to Get Rich, Mastering the Inner Game of Wealth. So the inner game of wealth is like what's on the inside. So if you think about finances, you think about like a plant, a tree. If you wanted to start up an apple orchard or an avocado orchard, it would all start with one little magical seed. And then you'd take that seed and you'd put it in the magical dirt. Now that's going to sprout magical little roots. And eventually those little roots are going to spread out deep down into the ground. They're going to spread out as far and wide as they can. And then once those roots have a good strong spot in the ground, then that's when you see a little sprout. Then that's when you see leaves, and that's when you see branches, and that's when you see a full bloomed avocado tree. That's when you have a plum tree full of plums, is after it's good and it's strong and it's ready. And that's like what life is, guys. Right now I'm planting all the seeds, and I'm waiting on the harvest. I'm protecting my crop the best I can, and I'm waiting on harvest. So that's what it's all about, guys, is planting these seeds and nurturing them and loving them and building it up. And that's what they teach you in this book. That's what T.Harv teaches you in this book. And he does it in such a unique way. He's such a great storyteller. He's had an incredible life. Something he really talks about that I want to touch on with you guys is your financial blueprint. That is so important. And so many of us have our financial blueprint messed up and we don't even know it. Like me, I've been thinking about business since, I don't know, my whole life. Even when I had the Scholastic Book Fair come to my school, I bought a book on like 100 beginner business ideas for kids, and I started crafting together all these little businesses, and I tried out at least 10, 15 of them in the book, as a young elementary age kid, and it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about rejection and failure. First off, I failed a lot, was rejected a lot, but the thing about those are, and something that I didn't even realize until recently, is all these failures are a lesson. I used to think that I used to blame everything on the world. I used to blame and blame and blame and blame, and everything was the world's fault. Everything was rich people's fault. Everything was politicians' fault. Everything was everybody else's fault. But then I'm looking and well, what am I doing to better the world? Nothing. What am I doing to better myself? Nothing. So what am I doing? If I'm not helping the world, if I'm not helping somebody, if I'm not doing anything with anything, what am I doing? So I read this book and he started talking about your financial blueprint, and that's how we think about money. So our excuse me, financial blueprint would be like how we were raised to think about money, how we were raised to think about everything in general. So if you think about like a kid goes to his mom and asks, "Mom, can I have $1?" And the mom says, "No, you need to go ask your dad. He's the one with the money." Well, that kid's going to go to his dad and ask, "Hey, Dad, can I get $1?" Dad's going to give him $1. He's going to go get a treat. And now he's got that instant gratification of, if I need money, I go to Dad. And then I get a treat. And so now that kid is trained. Every time I need money, I need to go to a strong male figure and ask, and I get a treat afterwards. And so I'm not going to hang on to my money. I'm going to spend my money and instantly gratify myself with whatever my craving is at the time. And these things change. It goes from lollipops and ice cream cones and candies to cell phones and shoes and wallets and things that you don't necessarily need at 18, 19 years old. I think about the money that I spent in my early teens and early 20s on stupid consumer stuff that, I have none of it. I hardly have anything that I spent all that money on. And I think about it and think about it and think about it. And if I'd have put that money in a Roth IRA, if I'd have put that money in any kind of ETF, any kind of stock, any kind of portfolio, if I'd have put that money and buried it in a hole, I would have been better off than where I'm at now. But that's okay, because that's life, guys. You make your choices. But it's all about what you do with those lessons. It's all about how you move forward. And T.Harv has some great stories about the financial blueprint, about the things that he had changed in his life. And you do some pretty crazy things, some pretty radical things, like make a declaration. A declaration? What's that? Well, I'll tell you. A declaration is whenever you declare something out loud. And T.Harv says that the universe responds to that. And that's to be believed, you know. I mean, every time you send out a good vibe out into the world, good vibes travel. But the thing is a negative vibe will ground it out and stop it. So it's all about inner happiness. You know, if you believe in God and you believe in the universe, or you believe in, you know, anything, the universe responds to everything. God responds to everything. You know, everything that you put out does come back. And people think, well, you know, I don't have to give to be rich. Well, you do. I mean, being rich is part of having a giver's, a servant's heart, because entrepreneurs and the rich, and they all look at a need that needs to be filled and they feel it. They don't just put together some crap and have a crap sale. Anybody can have a crap sale. Trust me, I've had many of them. But life is about fulfilling needs. You know, there's a lot of things out there right now that the world needs, that the world's missing. And somebody's got to take care of it. And that might as well be me, or that might as well be you, or it's going to be somebody. Somebody's going to feel these needs. And we have to get on that, guys. So, anyway, you make some declarations with the video, or not with the video, with the book. And the declarations actually do make a big difference. And read the book and you'll find out all about what I'm talking about with the declarations. You'll find out all I'm talking about with your financial blueprint. And it'll really have you at the end of the book going, wow, you know, I thought that I was a different person than who I am. And it's okay. You know, we all have to be able to stand beside ourselves and see who we are on the inside. And that's okay. For some of us, that's super scary. And let me tell you, I cried. I was super scared. There was a lot of things that I had doubts about and that I argued. But then I thought, am I blaming? And I was. There was a lot of times I was blaming everything on everything when my happiness belongs to me. And that's something that you'll determine with this book. Super good book. But guys, right now, if I'll put the link in the description. You can sign up to Audible. You'll get 2 free books for 2 free weeks of service. Audible's really incredible. Like I said, it actually really changed my life. You can get, you know, when right now this book was on buy 2 get 1 free, or buy 2 for 1 credit, and every month I got a credit. So I bought this, and I bought one other book on tax and wealth. And it was super cool because, you know, I'll show you the book real quick. Rich Dad Advisors, Tax-Free Wealth. And this is by Tom Wheelwright. That is Robert Kiyosaki's CPA. And it's really cool because he actually makes taxes pretty understandable. You know, it's kind of weird to say taxes are understandable or whatever, but he really simplifies it and makes you think of taxes in a whole new way. So that's another really good one. And I got both of those for 1 credit. So when you sign up, you'll get 2 free books. I don't know if those are credits. I don't really know how that transcribes to you because I didn't get to sign up through somebody like me. So comment down below after you do it. Comment down below. Let me know kind of your experience, what books you got. I would recommend, you know, T.Harv, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and I'll put a link in the description for that. If you're interested in taxes, this Tax-Free Wealth by Tom Wheelwright, that's a super good book. I hadn't really got started on this one yet. I wouldn't recommend that third one. I haven't really got much into it. But because and you gotta be careful on Audible. Sometimes it'll have almost robotic sounding voiceovers. So kind of got to be careful. Pick and choose your books. But a lot of the ones that are bestsellers, the ones that are big names, the ones like T.Harv, that was read by a real person. And that guy did a really good job of using his voice to express things. It actually felt like it was coming from T.Harv. So that was a really good book. Also, when you get the book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, it'll take you to a website. I'll go ahead and pull it up real quick. And boom, here it is. So it's Millionaire Mind Events. He'll say millionairemind.com a lot in the book. But I think that got changed because there's a couple other people that have that website, and it's kind of weird when you go to it. But Millionaire Mind Events. It'll talk about the book. Here's all your downloads you'll get free downloads with it. You get a best-selling book. I read that already. That's a really cool book too, and it goes right into the Millionaire Mind. We have bonus 2, accelerate your results by printing off the below files. Millionaire Mind declarations, net worth tracking sheet. These all make sense to you after you read the book. And then you get a scholarship to the seminar, Millionaire Mind Intensive. It's actually a really good deal. So if you got a little bit extra money, you may be inspired to go to a seminar or do one of his web seminars. But Tony Robbins, he loves T.Harv, big fan. If you don't know who Tony Robbins is, check him out too, because this man is really smart. He knows what he's doing. He's got a great following. And the thing is, guys, is you got to kind of take all of these guys together and make your own strategy and make your own path. But these guys have already paved the way. They've been there. They've seen it. They know what's going on. So you might as well give them a chance. Here's the book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I'll put an Amazon link up there, and I'll also put Audible up there. Sign up for this stuff, guys, because not only does it benefit you, but it also benefits me, and I would really appreciate that. So without anything else to say, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.